This is GLD, the gold ETF, and it's a weekly chart. The green line represents the highest it was able to get towards. Red line showed it was the lowest it was able to get to for that particular week. And it goes from '06 to current. And the moving averages, this black line is the 50-day moving average or the 50-week moving average, and the purple lines are all volume-weighted average prices, or that of VWAPs. So since this particular VWAP in '06, it managed to correct through time, and we can see within the VWAP how it was going back and forth. At first it was mainly resistance, and then we can see how many times that the red bar touched it, showing that it was support on 3 occasions before it finally had its breakout somewhere around this area here. The moving average, or the VWAP from the high of March of '08, was a level of resistance. You had the big panic or selling, and by the time, if you follow it, this would be the support level, the only time that it was used as support in the summer of last year. And it broke away from this particular VWAP, which is from this low in here, which is the highest level we are. This VWAP goes up towards here. So basically what this is stating with all the VWAPs is that they are all rising. The buyers are in control from this time frame, they're in control from this time frame, and they're in control from this time frame. They're in control from all of the time frames. They're in control from this top also, as that VWAP was resistance, resistance, and then it broke above it. We're now just seeing a level of support at the VWAP, and this is from the end of 2009 highs. So they're like 9 months ago or so with these highs, or 8 months ago, whatever. So a lot of bullish sentiments, and some will say, well, because it's up so much and all the moving averages are in this position, that it's got to sell off. And right now it can. At some point, it's all going to reverse, but to what degree and at what time frame? This could be at 180 or 350 by the time that it reverses, and the reversal could only mean a test of these key support levels, and then from there it would manage to get back up to its previous resistance, where it then could break it. But we've had a lot of tests of this average. A test here, 2 tests, 3 tests, 4 tests, 5 tests, 6 tests. We've had 6 tests of this trend line, and they have all passed thus far. And when you have this, that doesn't mean, well, because it's a 6th test, it's going to fail. It might be the 9th test. It might be the 30th test. Because there really isn't such a thing as up too much. But when something is up too much, its topping action is going to have to come. And usually the higher or more aggressive it goes up, the bigger the topping action would probably happen to be. It doesn't mean it will. It just means on the probably side. This former level of resistance is right now acting as a level of support. So I think that's showing some positive signs towards this market. But if we make any moves down below here, it really is, it's not that big of a deal. It actually wouldn't be all that big of a surprise. And like I say, if we end up going to 140, 150, 160, that's not a surprise either. And I'm saying that because of stating that there's really nothing considered as up too much. And that means the buyers are in control. So if you're shorting this on this type of time frame, then you are going against the path of least resistance. You're fighting the trend, and it does get to the point where it could very easily move up to 170, 180, and these moving averages would start to move in a higher parabolic fashion. So you can see how the moving averages, let's say you got it moving like this. Now that means they would start to move up towards, maybe not that big of a degree, but at least a higher degree they would start to move up to. And if that happens, then you just adjust your time frames. But right now, thank you for watching this video, and have yourself a great day.